Hey, Assalamu alaikum. In this video, we are going to learn about the classification of bacteria. First of all, what are the microorganisms? Microorganisms are very smaller organisms that can't be seen with the naked eye. So, to see them, we use a microscope. These are the smaller organisms and are capable of free living. They can live in the air. They can live everywhere. So, microorganisms are of two types. The number one is non-pathogenic. Non-pathogenic are those which live on the human body. For example, they are basically the natural flora of human body. They live on skin, nostrils, intestinal tract, and they do not hurt the human, so they are called commensalism or commensals. The next type of microorganism is pathogenic. It means that they are capable of causing disease, so that's why they are called pathogenic. So, depend classification of microorganism depending on the structure of cells. Structure of cells, there are of two types: the prokaryotes and the eukaryotes. Pro means past, or you can say these of previous nature. Pro and eukaryotes. What is the difference between prokaryotes and eukaryotes? Are prokaryotes are simple cell structure, while the eukaryotes are well updated and complete cell structure. Prokaryotes have the nuclear material which is of single chromosome, while the eukaryotes have the nuclear material which is bounded by a nuclear membrane. There is no nuclear membrane in the prokaryotes. So the prokaryotes are divided by the simple binary fission. You can say, for example, bacteria, mycoplasma, while there are more than one chromosome. In the eukaryotes, there is a complete enzyme system and they are divided by mitosis, for example, fungi and protozoa. Now move towards our original topic, which is a classification of bacteria. Bacteria classification is classified as according to the morphology, which is a shape, or according to the gram staining, which is a gram staining is a technique, or according to the requirement for the oxygen, or the fourth one is DNA homology. Now, the first type of morphology, which is divided by the shapes of the bacteria. The first one is cocci, which is maybe in the cluster form, maybe in the chain form, or maybe in the single form. So, this is cocci shape. Staff or strap are under the cocci shape. The next one is bacilli or rod shape. They may be in the chain form, or they may be in the separate, or they may be in the double form. Two cells are like this. There are two cells of these like dipole, or you can say there is a dipole. And the third one is a vibrio or a coma shape. Fourth one is a spirochetes, or like a spiral like. Note the intermediate shapes like cocobacilli also exist in the bacteria. While the second is a type that on the basis of gram staining. So there are basically the two major types. There are gram positive and gram negative bacteria. Gram positive bacteria are those when we do the gram staining, bacteria stain purple in the gram stain smear. Or the second one is the gram negative. It means that the bacteria stain pink in the gram stain smeared. The other type is can also exist. The other thing also exists in that where that is, if gram positive bacteria is dead, it may also stain as red. It means that there may be a question is that if there is a gram positive bacteria but it stained red, it means that the gram positive bacteria is dead. Now, the third type is gram variable. It means that when the organism is gram positive but appear in gram negative, or originally it is gram negative but appear in gram positive. That's why it is called variable. Now move towards the third type, which is then based on oxygen requirement. There are basically four types of bacteria on basis of oxygen requirement. There are strict aerobes. It means that they do not grow in the absence of oxygen. They required oxygen for their growth. The second one is anaerobes. It means that they do not require. Basically, it does not. It means that it required. Basically, it means that it required oxygen for their growth. There are of two types of anaerobes. There are strict anaerobes and the facultative anaerobes. Strict anaerobes are only grow in the absence of oxygen, or facultative are those they grow both in the presence or absence of oxygen. So they are like, they are not strict, they are like reliable, they can grow in presence or absence of oxygen. So the third type is carboxyphilic, which grow in the high percentage of, which is a 10% percentage of CO2, presence of CO2, they grow in the presence of CO2. The fourth one is a microaerophilic. It means that they required only little oxygen for their growth. The more oxygen, they will kill them. Thank you so much.